Okay, first of all, open up Max. This area here, you see the 4 viewports. Press Alt W to enlarge one of them. There we go, so now we're in the perspective view. To move around this, hold down the middle mouse button or the mouse wheel and drag, and as you can see it pans around the view. Hold down Alt and mouse wheel and it spins, and hold down both Control and Alt and it will zoom in and out. That's pretty much all you need to know for getting around this viewport. We aren't making any big complex scenes here, just a little prop, so all this area is going to be on this grid here. Let's start by getting a reference picture of what we want to model. In this case, I already have one. Hold down Alt V, nope, hold Alt B to bring up this little menu, and you can choose a picture to put as the background that we can model off. There we have it. Click on Match Bitmap. This will mean that the bitmap is locked to its scale and not to the viewport, and hold down Lock Pan and Zoom so it won't move around when we are moving the model around. And hit OK. Alright, there we have it. Press G to get rid of the annoying grid, but in some cases it can be useful. Okay, I think we'll make this dagger here for now. You don't have to use this image, but I will be posting it up on the forums for you. Okay, as this is for a game, we want it pretty low poly. I'm guessing a maximum of, say, 1000 polys, and that's pretty high poly. No, let's make it 600 polys for this. Okay, I like to start off with a plane. One thing a lot of people make the mistake of is starting with something with a whole heap of polys. I prefer to start with as little as possible and work my way up from there, adding detail where it's needed. Okay, so now we have just a flat plane. If we press P and go into perspective, there's our plane that we've just made. Press F4 to see the wireframe. There it is. Right click on it, convert to editable poly. Now you'll see that this area down here has changed. It has moved over to the second panel called the modify panel. We were in the create, so if you ever lose where that is, that's the second tab up at the top there. Okay, here we can see our selection. We can choose vertices, edges, borders, polys, elements, and yeah, you would get the hang of what I'm doing. You can see where I'm clicking and everything. Get rid of those. So first up, we just align the most basic shape, putting the outline how we like it. Yeah, all of these buttons here are pretty self-explanatory. Connect connects the two sub-objects that you have selected. Alright, so now we have a fairly nice shape for the hilt, or the handle, or whatever you want to call it for this dagger thing. Press P, go back into perspective, look at what we've got here. Alright, now that's still kind of flat, and as this is a 3D art shoot, I better make it a bit more three-dimensional. What I'm doing here is extruding the edges out. Doing that by selecting the edges that I want, hold down Shift and drag, and as you can see it just pulls more and more polys out of the selection. I only need one for now. Hold down Alt W to put it back to there. Remember that As it's low poly, we don't want to model in every detail, but I'm just going to model in these edges around. Now, by using the inset tool, here we go, press that, and pull that in. And as you can see, it's insetted that thing. Like, it's very self-explanatory, really. I don't need that poly. It's always good to delete polys as you go, where you don't need them. Okay, we have that. Go into perspective. Perspective's always good if you want to put some depth into it, which you wouldn't be able to see in the front view. Press F4 to get rid of the lines. Okay. It's looking okay. Alright, as you can see, these polys, which should look nice and sharp, are all, well, you can see that they're polys. So we're going to smooth them together to make them look a bit more seamless. Do this by a thing called smoothing groups. Here we go. Now if I select this poly, you'll see that it has a smoothing group of 1, which is turned yellow down here. Any poly that is touching that one with the same number, they will smooth together. For example, if I select these two, press 1, you'll see that it looks more seamless. There's no harsh edge there. So what we want is to go down this whole sharp bladey bit and make that all a different sub-object. There we go, look at that. And this one here, we want to be another one. And be number 1. Alright, now we'll do a symmetry the other way and weld that bit together. Let's flip that. Alright, as you can see, welding those seams together on the blade has kind of wrecked the whole sharp feel of it, so I'm going to make another set of smoothing groups for the other side. Okay, so that is part 1, how to model a dagger in 3ds Max.